accept that request, and we're going to get into the interview. Hey, girlfriend, look at you.
Hi, my friend. How are you?
You look so good. Nice to see you.
Oh, that's because I'm smiling at you.
Aw, I like that. You know
It's
how to
been a
carry
long
me.
time from our 40 under 40 days.
No joke, right? What are you saying? What are you
You
saying
look
here?
the same. I look better too, right?
Look at you. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you, have you talked to your friend Curtis lately?
Yes, we are trying to collab with Curtis. Do you know
Yeah.
anything? Yeah, one of our new agents on the Wise Group, her aunt has an awesome luxury home there in Arizona, and we're trying to get Curtis to collab and take over the listing because it's not selling. We know Curtis is bomb, so.
I wasn't even talking about that Curtis because that Curtis is bomb. I'm talking about your boy Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent. You're sitting in the front row
Oh, well,
with
I only call him Fitty.
over at
He's
the
only
Hoosier
Fitty in my heart.
Club.
Yeah, I mean, I send him messages all the time to go to Pacers with me because he was on the Pacers bandwagon last year. But I'm not a fair weather fan, but I'm looking for new dates for my Pacer tickets. So next time you're in town, let's go.
I mean, how can you say no, right?
You can't. It's
How can
so
they come
fun.
in? Yeah, well, very cool. I'm so glad you're here with us today. You and I go back and forth probably like nobody else. I think you're one of the realest in the game, and people should know that about this sweet girl with the smile. She's tough. She's a tough cookie. Been through a lot, and I want to thank you so much for your friendship over the years.
Yeah.
Really proud of you. You are a big inspiration. And that said, I know you. Some of our audience doesn't know you. So, Megan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Okay, awesome. So I'm an old lady. I'm so excited to go live with you. And I have been selling real estate at a high level in Indianapolis for about 18 years. It feels like 30.
Yeah.
Every market is so fun. And the coolest thing is that every year we grow and change and we learn and we pivot. And I come from servant leadership as a former high school guidance counselor.
Oh, wow.
So I loved working with students, helping create a best life for them, and taking those skills and transitioning to adults is just was so fun working with people to understand how can I create wealth, how can I build wealth, how can renting versus owning, back when we were young and we had, we were 25 and those first starter homes, and now the stats now, the first time buyer average age is 40. Can you believe that?
Ah, yeah. Yeah, it's tough out there, right?
It's tough out
Um,
there, but I think it's tougher for you guys, and that's why I'm so glad you had me because today in Indianapolis, we Zillow marked us, MSNBC top one or two places for affordability and purchasing this year in 2026.
I saw
So
that.
yeah, so we have so much investor money. We have international money flooding our markets. And what I do is I am owner CEO of Keller Williams Portfolio, which is awesome. We kind of consider ourselves a luxury boutique investment brokerage where we go into listing appointments and we say, hey, how can you keep this house? Can you make it a rental or can we house hack? So we're really into growing wealth. And one of the easiest ways is through real estate. So if you don't have to sell, let's not sell it. And so that's kind of our top down training. But I've been doing it for 18 years and I started using my skills in the schools. So knowing and working in the different high schools locally, I ended up being a relocation trainer for Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. And I was able to really like hone my skills. People come in from LA, New York, and they get here. And first is that Hoosier hospitality. Everyone's so nice. And I forget we are because it's everyone's waving at each other. And, my relocation clients back in the day would go, oh my gosh, everyone just waves and is friendly in the grocery store and, the Starbucks. So that's kind of our jam is the Hoosier hospitality is through and through here in Indianapolis. And learning through the relocation, seeing what was doing relocations at a high level, you really understand how moving in and moving out and seeing the fast growth. In Indianapolis, we have not seen a depreciation in house values in Marion County and Hamilton County, which is the city center, and then right up north of the city center. And so for 18 years, we've seen appreciation. So it's something where we do feel like we're in a very awesome bubble. And I know people think we're a flyover state, but check us. We got so much to do here in Indianapolis. And for your investor buyers, we have so many growth in the midterm and short term rental game, because so many corporations are actually putting their businesses here because affordability, obviously,
Yeah.
tax savings, and then just safe. It's a great safe place to live and raise your family.
Yeah,
So
all that. Looking up a couple of things before our live today, right now, again, Gemini says it's the #1 ranked city to buy in the country per Zillow and CNBC. We see
yep,
increased inventory, steady appreciation, all the great things you're talking about.
yeah.
I'm looking and it's facts. So it's like you are AI right now. So you've hit
Oh,
your marketplace.
dude,
So,
I am
so
AI all day, every day. We don't need no chat here.
yeah, it's funny. We say here in my office, you don't need Chat GPT, just chat to VIC. We'll figure it out.
I
We'll
love
do
it. I'm
that.
gonna steal that. Just chat
Feel
with
it,
wise
man.
moves. I
So
mean, yeah, I
there's a
love
lot,
that.
there's a lot going on in Indy. There's a lot of sports. What are some of your big employers there?
Yeah.
Healthcare? Is it
We have Eli
manufacturing?
Lilly, so health science, Eli Lilly and Roche Cummings. They have a big stamp here. We have Amazon just had built one of their warehouses here a couple of years ago. So we have big sales forces downtown, One America. So there's just so much corporate growth here. And then we're also seeing that play out where people are bringing in, it's really affordable to bring them into the city for their conferences. So one of the girls in our brokerage, she's basically the midterm queen. Well, she will rent out for a couple weeks to a month. And that's also a trouble solution if there is in the rental world and you can't get a long-term rental. Short-term is never a problem. We're renting to corporations a ton, and that's always a positive. And the one thing that I think is, and I'm a Chicago girl, but I claim Indianapolis now. I've been here longer than Chicago. So what I love here, and I just had a relocation buyer out of Chicago yesterday. We talked about taxes. So we're in Hamilton County, you're going to assume about 1% of your assessed value is your tax rate. So
Yeah,
the savings people have just from coming from like New York is incredible. So we have a lot of East Coasters that come here as well.
I saw that too. Big relocation place because you get a lot of bang for your buck there. What's your guys' average price point for a condo, and then what's your average price point for a single family?
Yeah, so I would say right now in Marion County, you can get a house mid 350s. So, and that is a great average price point for the city center. You can a 3.2 or 4.2 right north of the city, maybe 15 minutes, kind of in that young yuppie college area. A great spot, also great place for renting. And on the north side, we're going to be a little bit more, right? A little bit more in the suburbs, still about 30 minutes or less to the city. So 425. Uh,
Okay.
and and for those of you guys looking for residential homes, you can what you're selling out there is probably a fourth of the price here. And so that's really exciting.
It's about a third. It's about a third. Our average price as of last month was nine hundred forty-two
Yeah.
thousand $10. So yeah,
We don't have the ocean, but it's in your mind.
but you have Fernando Mendoza for a little
I
bit
mean, he's the
before he
best.
comes to the
Look,
before
I'm
he comes to
wearing red for
Vegas.
IU, even though I'm a Boilermaker. So go Purdue. So yeah, I mean, Mendoza's brought so much attention to Indy, and we have some great sport teams. Obviously, Pacers, my love. We love the Pacers here, and then Colts. They just brought
Yeah.
Simone Biles' husband, whoever that is, just got signed for the Colts. He's in town. You got the women
I
know the
know who Simone
gymnastics.
Biles is, but I don't know who
Dallas.
his husband is. Is
Yeah,
that a
who knew?
player?
Who knew? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh.
So
So,
we have great like sports in the city, outdoor venues, things like that that are really easy to get to. And one of the things I love for families, because I'm a mom of three kids, our children's museum. So if you ever come, the children's museum is three levels, maybe four. It's amazing. It's a like utopia wonderland, and everybody here loves it. So it's nationally recognized. And right next door is our zoo, and our zoo is super fun. So those are some easy, affordable attractions, 20 minutes from your beautiful $450,000 house. Like the parks are everywhere. Crime is low. I mean, everyone needs to call me and move here.
you know what? I think it's important to understand, not just for people relocating to Indy for work, California and West Coast investors should be looking at Indiana. So
Yep.
one of the things, again, doing some research on your guys' marketplace before our live today, I saw that Indy has some pockets where you guys are getting anywhere from 9 to 12% cash on cash returns
Yep.
and cash flowing in the rental market there. So tell me about that. What's going on with you guys over there in this cash on cash, one of the highest cash on cash returns in the country?
Well, yeah, that's because you can still find the 1% rule here in Indiana. Yeah. My phone is glitching. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, you were
Okay,
talking
perfect. I'm
about
gonna,
finding the 1% rule in Indiana. That still
yeah.
exists.
Yes, and so it's so cool because I we like to train and teach about it, and we have a program, Real Estate Boot Camp. So whether you're a 9 to 5 and you have only 10 grand to play with, or you have 2 million to play with, we're helping to show you how to build your portfolio, which is kind of our passion for Keller Williams portfolio is I built my portfolio as a young teacher, got into real estate, taught myself, and made a lot of mistakes, and still do sometimes, right? But then
Yeah,
sharing it with my team and with my clients, it's really great to say, hey, I did it, and I did it this way, and I did it wrong, and I'm doing it this way, and it's great. And so the 1% rule is for those that don't know is if you have a $300,000 investment, you can assume $3,000 a month rent and or more. So someone on my team has a sober living house that she found offline a couple years ago. They have 6 guys in there, and they collect, I believe she said, about 4,500 a month on the 6 doors.
yeah.
She's going to be listing that soon, by the way, for $375,000.
Wow.
So that's
Wow.
even better than 1%.
Yeah, yeah. Ton. That's
It's
ton better.
it's all over, and we can do it on the north side. We can do it in the small like more conservative cities. We can do it downtown. There's room for Section 8, which is another beast, and a lot of people think that's really scary, but it's just another niche to get paid. Government subsidized rent that is all over the board. I had up to 50 different doors between single family condos and townhomes. I've done it wrong and I've done it right. So we train
Yeah,
to our own clients is, when to keep what you had. When you had those first time your 3-2 ranch or that townhouse right out of college, if you were lucky enough, right? Keep those. So many of my clients, I wish I would have kept it because the increase is insane. Appreciation here, unbelievable, and it's a safe buy.
I think some of my California friends talking about buying a 3-2 right out of college, it's unrelatable.
No,
It's
it
unrelatable here, right? But in the Midwest, and especially in your area, it is doable. And that's why I'm saying I wanted to make sure we brought this up because
yes.
if you're looking to invest in real estate and you are looking for a good, solid investment, Indiana is one
I
of the
wouldn't even say
most,
good. It's amazing.
yeah, yeah. I gotta
It's
talk to you.
not
I gotta,
found. It's not found anywhere.
you can't find it anywhere else. It's really hard to find. Believe me, I've been looking to rebuild my portfolio after.
Oh, we'll put you on our list, on our portfolio
Yeah,
list.
you're the number one person on my phone, girl. Oh my
You
gosh.
better. I mean, mark me pinned, okay? I'm gonna be pinned at the top.
So let's see here. Okay, so a lot of opportunities there in Indy. Great schools, safe community,
Yep.
some great growth, corporate, investments in there. So for somebody who, is new to the Indiana area, they just relocated there.
Yeah.
What are some of the best tips you can give them? Schools, hospitals, things like that.
Well, you know what? I'm a detail girl, and so I like to say it's going to depend on that person. Just tell them to call me, even if we're not helping them in real estate, because I think community is so important. And as a former relocation trainer, I learned so much about the families moving in and people coming in. If you're coming here for residential, and it's really scary. Like if your kid is like bomb at band. Like they need to go to Brownsburg. They're well known for band. If your kid's a stud swimmer, we need to put you in Carmel. So those are the niche things that we talk about, and we're not afraid to talk about it because we feel like it's so important to match make in the community. And so I really specify it on what are your kids doing? Are we thinking about schools quite yet? I always feature forecasts like, okay, well, if you're going to be in this school district, you need to be prepared to either have inklings to be in the sports, or if they're not going to be sports minded, what are the clubs? Because some of the schools have like amazing clubs and some don't. There's some schools that have an IB program that's International Baccalaureate diploma for a high school kid. Not all of them have them. Well, which ones have it? So
Right.
those kind of details, like we really dive into and find out what's best for the client. But typically, we love playing matchmaker like that. But once you're here, driving around the house, calling me, I'll tell you all the details offline. Driving around the house before and after school when the bus comes off, so you could see, hey, are these the kind of friends that my kids are going to play with? Are there any kids in this neighborhood? Are there not any kids? So just really doing your due diligence. But I have to say, all of our cities and communities are a little bit different. They're all connected, but they're all. I've never seen a depreciation again in 18 years of
Yeah.
selling.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. I mean, it's stable there for
Very
sure.
stable, very stable. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we want that in our real estate investments. So
So,
let's
for
talk about.
example, one of my girls in my company, she's a senior at Purdue. She's about to
Okay.
graduate in real estate and finance, and you got to follow her. She's the bomb. Her name's Maddie Moeller. She and her parents went in together to purchase a spec home from a builder. Perfect, adorable home, just minutes away from this famous community biking trail. $400,000, brand new, and it's in a great location. And so instead of moving in with mom and dad, she's betting on herself, and they went and joined on this venture. And then she's going to just rent from mom and dad instead of living with mom and dad, because she's been around us for the last year and a half learning about investing. So it's so cool to see that young 22-year-olds are picking up on this. If we had done it 30 years ago, our portfolio would be a lot different.
Well, I was in the business in 2008 when the market
To,
crashed, and I lost my ass. Keep it real. I had 6 different properties, and in California, we got hit really hard.
uh-huh.
Really, we thought, was it almost 52% depreciation in less than 9 months? It was crazy town. Didn't happen over there, but it certainly happened here in
No.
California. Now,
Hmm.
so some stark differences, right, in how the marketplaces reacts to economics and whatnot. But something that's
Yeah.
going to be stable is how we operate in California versus how you guys operate in Indy. So here we are a 30-day traditional escrow state. Our buyers get about 17 days to conduct their investigations, their appraisals, and get their loan approval, right? We don't use attorneys. We have escrow and title for that. What
Same.
about you guys? Same thing, escrow and title?
Yeah, we don't have, our title companies are all staffed with each, with their title lawyer. And we are very similar with your escrow, but we do have typically about 14-day inspection period. But I do, because one of our lovely girls, Ashley Andrews, left our brokerage and is out now in, I think, in your area, but she's loving it out there. And she tells me that you guys have a period where the buyer can walk out, right? After the purchase contract, you have a couple days.
No. You have
Maybe
your
I'm wrong.
two contingencies here in California. Baseline transaction. It's going to be 17 days for inspections, 17 days for appraisal, 17 days for
Wow.
full loan approval. So if any of those 3 things aren't up to par for the buyer, they can renegotiate the contract, whether it's
Okay.
price, credit, or seller repairs. And if they don't agree, the deal can fall apart. So yes, technically a buyer can walk away from for any reason, because part of the investigation, you can literally say, I came to the house again, I don't like it, I want
Yeah.
out. And then you
We
cancel.
don't, we can't do that. You can't
Okay.
just have buyer remorse. You can't just walk in and be like, never mind, and that was 17 days. So once earnest money hits at the time of contract, you can only walk away with keeping your earnest money deposit if the seller is not willing or able to repair major defects.
Okay, so major defects is it for you. So for us, I mean, they're not supposed to be getting out of a contract just because they don't like it, but we know how agents find loopholes. And, you
Oh,
know,
I'm a loophole finder.
and it can be as blatant, Megan, as we want you to pay for a brand new roof. Well, this roof is 5 years old. Well, that's what we want when we're walking. And it's like it's a ridiculous ask sometimes to ask
Yeah, that's
them,
what she
but
was telling me about. We don't
yeah,
have that aspect.
yeah, they'll do it, but we know they just want out.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
like it's not really buyer's remorse, but they mask it, package it up in a request for repair that basically is.
Hmm.
So you guys don't have that over there, which is unique. What is your guys' typical time frame for escrow? Like, how does that work over there?
The fastest is obviously cash is king, right? So
Right.
3 weeks or 2 weeks. We've done, 10 days, 2 weeks. But fastest is 30 days. So
Okay.
we like to inspect within the first 10 days. and
Yep.
then financing contingency, typical 30 days. But the world's a little slower sometimes, so I like to buffer some time if we can, especially if there's holidays in there. But 30 to 45 days from offer to close is normal for us. We're not really seeing much closing costs right now or anything. Inventory is really low still. I'm not sure what you guys are seeing or hearing on TV, but for us, if a house is listed and shows well, has good condition, we're getting multiple offers. I'm an aggressive price. I like to future forecast. If a house has a unicorn, a pool or something unique like a 4-car garage, there's always a premium for that. And we're getting multiple offers. We're seeing multiple offers from 200 all the way to 1.5 in the last couple months.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Kind of the same thing here. And I think maybe it's everywhere because the best houses in the best condition are going to sell quickly, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
multiple offers and even bidding wars, but it has to be the
Yeah.
best product in the market. And of course, priced right. People have to
Price
feel like
right.
they're getting value, right? It's not 2021, 22. Over here, we were getting bids $100,000, $200,000 above and
Yep.
caps. That's not happening here anymore.
No, and I'm glad for that, but we are still very much you better come fast and bring your buyer quickly if it's priced right in good condition in a good location. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun to watch. I was at two different coming soons today. Very excited about them. Both in the mid sixes and both in the city of Fishers, which is right north of the Indianapolis city center. And so I'm excited to see. They're only a couple minutes apart to see how they fare out. And I believe that both of them, at least one for sure, will pop this weekend, and they both will go live Friday. And I told them both, I like to like high standards but low expectations. I was like, might be a week or two, but I'm hoping for a couple of days. And that's just because, like when you do it for so long at such a high level and full time as a professional, you get the cadence of a market. We have 18 different years of markets, you understand the pulse of how many showings you're going to get. Okay, I have 7 showings. I'm definitely going to get an offer out of the 7. If I didn't, something's wrong, right?
Right, right, right. I
So I
really
like
agree.
when I just praise and preach, like work with someone who can talk the talk and walk the walk on data, tracking numbers, and experience. Because I don't care if you're old or young, if you at least have a strong team leader like you, I'm sure, or me, like behind the belt, like I always go alongside my agents if they need more information or more education. And I think all of our clients like fare better because we treat our brokerage like a collective. We are all for one. We will pair up together to if we both of our spheres would work for our community. So I think that's what's new and interesting. What I love that we're doing. The old school days was not talking, not sharing, not
Right.
caring, right?
Gatekeeping everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I flipped that script with portfolio, and it's really cool. And then on the flip side of that is going, hey, we're going to give full concierge service, and we might tag team. There's a house going on my street. We're going to list it here in a couple weeks, and one of the agents in my group lives on my street as well. They called her, and they also called me. We're both going to go together and do it together. And I think
Cool.
that's just the beauty of the new world of real estate. Is collab is the best lab.
Collab is the best lab. I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
Our other favorite saying is your ego is not your amigo.
Yeah.
So I'm still calling. Like we got an OG. He's been in the game for so long, and he's not going to retire because he's so smart and he so has the time, and he's the best. He knows everything about land and development. So we call him, and we're like, "Hey, Jim, come help us. Talk to us about this development or this project," because he was the boots on the ground 20 years ago to helping develop some of the awesome neighborhoods that we sell in. And so just having those kind of tools in your brokerage and not just using like a part-time agent because that's your friend or your hairstylist's sister's daughter's brother. Like, this is the largest financial transaction you're probably going to do. You probably need someone who's done it at a high level for a long time.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, but I love that you said it. Like, this is the most important financial transaction of most people's lives. They should really treat it like one. You shouldn't be
Yes.
picking your real estate agent based off of just, because I like them and they're my friend. You need to work with somebody who knows what they're doing with decades of experience because when things
Yes.
get really complex,
That's
they,
what you're paying for is the
yeah,
oh shoots, the Sunday night, the buyer rejection, the buyer walk, like the water softener spilling everywhere. And like by the 8 a.m. the next day we have it fixed. The plumber was there at midnight. That's the kind of like service we give. And if you're working with a part-time agent or someone who just sells, average is 4 houses a year. That's really scary. for me, I just care so much about people's equity because that's the best way to grow with your money, whether you need to pay for college, you can cash out refi, HELOC. I'm all about let's get the HELOC and then buy the investment property.
Yeah.
We teach that. And it seems also scary, but it's like you're just teaching, use your own money that you have created in your house to go make more money. And so you don't have to do more work. And so that's part of our training and we're doing it ourselves. So we tell our clients to do it and we love talking about it.
Well, if you're working with Meighan Wise at KW Portfolio in Indianapolis, you are an educated buyer. You're a smart client.
That's
So,
right.
I want to ask you before we go. We're almost done. But if I had 24 hours in Indy,
Okay.
what do you suggest I do? Where should I go to have lunch at? Where should I go entertain myself at? Where should I go for an old fashioned or a cocktail? Entertainment, things like that. 24 hours in your town. What do you recommend to people?
Okay, well, first, you're going to come hang out at my house. I have an indoor basketball court, so we're going to shoot some game, okay? Then we're going to
Okay.
go, we're going to drain those threes. Then we are going to go downtown and we're going to zip through the zoo because it's super quick and easy and it's so fun and it's just a cool spot. We'll go to St. Elmo's. They have their famous St. Elmo's downtown shrimp cocktail, which I don't eat, but it'll make your nose run, that kind. It was so good that Costco bottles their sauce now. I'm gonna send you a sauce, cocktail sauce.
Okay.
So they're very well known for their cocktail sauce. And so we're gonna go downtown and get the cocktail sauce. Then we're gonna go to the Pacers game, but only courtside. Okay, I'll take you
Okay.
courtside.
Okay.
Because a lot of the Pacers and their organization, they understand the beauty of our investment and they're all investing in the city. And that's what I really think is really cool too. So we're going to go support the Pacers. And then after, we're going to go to this really cool place called Dusk, Dusk. And it's a restaurant bar lounge with awesome food, Mediterranean style. But then at midnight on the weekends, it kind of turns into like a Miami vibe. And they sometimes fly in some really cool DJs, some club going in the city. But it's quiet here, so about 1 or 2 in the morning, we're gonna all go back home. And on the way home, I'll get you some Taco Hell if you like.
I'm all about Taco Bell. I'm not ashamed to say.
Okay, but really, our favorite fast food is gonna be Arby's, right on the way home. Okay, and then in the morning, I'm gonna take you for brunch. And where will we go to brunch? We will go to brunch at Taxman, which is in downtown Fortville, which is a
It's
small city right north. We're all kind of clustered together, but we're gonna hit the town. We're gonna go in a circle, and then I'll drive you right back to the airport.
That sounds like a plan to me. That's an itinerary. You can't
Oh,
pass
but you know
up.
what? I'm gonna add Clayton's Country Bar.
Okay.
Do you like country?
I mean, not
No,
my
you
jam,
don't.
but
Nobody
I'm
really likes
open-minded.
country.
Nobody really likes country.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, all my
man.
friends are gonna be mad I said that. Um, a little live music with no, you can appreciate some live music and some
Yeah,
rednecks and some
yeah.
really awesome country music, and we're all smiling and we're all happy. So
You're too
that's
much.
the jam. No, it's
I
not too
love
much. It's amazing.
it. I love you, my friend. Thank you so much for
I'm so
making it
happy to
out.
see you, and I'm going to sell you some investments. 1%. Are you
Well, we're going to
kidding
talk
me?
about it because I got to fly out. Seriously, we got to talk about
We
it.
can buy 80. I can sell you an $80,000 house right now.
Guys, you hear that? You need to talk to Meighan Wise. If you have any interest in purchasing investment properties where you have 10% cash on cash returns, meet the golden 1% rule, and you can buy some good investments and help it grow. This gal right here, Meighan Wise, she's wise. She can help you out.
Very
Give
wise
her a ring.
moves.
Give her a follow. Meighan, thanks so much for your time. We'll talk a
Thank
little bit
you.
offline.
I'm so glad to see you. Okay, let's talk soon. I'm going to sell you some stuff. Sell
All
some
right.
shit.
All
All right,
right.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.